In this video, we're going to be testing out a brand new brushless Outrunner motor ESC and little Wi-Fi Link combo. This is all from the Sequre company. Now, I've never really heard of them much before, but I started looking into them. They typically make drone stuff, drone ESCs, drone motors. They make a bunch of soldering irons and servo control units and things like that. And I think they said like, hey, we have all this stuff. Why don't we make our stuff work for RC crawlers? In this video, we have their brushless small little micro ESC, a 3625 Outrunner motor, and the little Wi-Fi link for programming and controlling it. We're going to put those in. This is my Element Enduro Comp Fox truck. It already has a 2-in-1 hobby wing setup in it, which I absolutely love. I love these setups, but it'll be interesting. It should be lighter weight. Should move some weight around, and it'll be interesting to see just how does this perform. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. Let's start by getting these out of the box and kind of looking at the parts. Got a little heat shrink here, but they are already soldered on, and they already have leads on there. Plenty long here, depending on where you're going to be mounting everything. Plenty of room. 1800 kV 3625 motor should provide some torque with that diameter that can, but then, you know, super snub nose, super short, has the normal output shaft here, so all your normal pinions will fit. That looks quite nice. The ESC itself is a 70 amp. It says it's 2 to 6S rated. You can kind of tell they're coming from the drone world, can't you, when it's 2 to 6S rated. Leads are already soldered on, have the connection in for the receiver, and XT60, which is quite nice. Many people will use this for crawlers, so the fact that it's already on there is very helpful. It has this heat shrinking on the outside, and it is not possible for me to tell underneath there if there has been any conformal coating or waterproofing done on the ESC. So this may be something you need to be concerned about. Splash, water, stuff like that getting on here. Do you have an issue with it? But the good news is it already does have this heat shrink on here. It comes with a spare one. So if you do need to cut this off and resolder things for whatever reason, they actually provide you the spare so you can put more on there. And then lastly, here's a little Wi-Fi dongle. So it looks like that will plug in to this port. So we would take that out of the receiver, plug it in, and then connect to it in order to program it. We'll be getting into that later in the video. You will notice there is no manuals here. Nothing came in it. But each one of the products has a little QR link on the packaging on the front of it. So you hit these QR codes for the motor, for the ESC, for the Wi-Fi link, and that's how you can get your manuals. Now, the exact installation of these parts is going to be different, of course, depending on the vehicle that you're working on, so I'm going to skip over some of the details of the actual installation, but different mounting holes here on this side of the motor, that's where you're mounting it in. Obviously, pinion screws on the motor shaft here, just like it would with any other motor, and then this can just be double-sided taped down anywhere that is convenient and reaches all the places that you needed to reach it. So I'm going to skip past the actual full installation and just jump to the other side of that. Motor's mounted in. Look at that. Fits beautifully. As I install the ESC, the only thing that I think I'd want to change immediately is right down here at this very end. In the manual it states, depending on how many of these little tabs you solder together, that depends on how much BEC voltage you get out. And it looks like it comes from the factory with just the 5 volt, which is none of these soldered together. And you know, you can go up to 6, 7, 8, and then all the way to 12 volt BEC if you so choose to. And so 5 is kind of, somewhere 5 or 6 is kind of normal, but you can get up to that 7 and 8 if your servo is allowed to do high voltage and get you a lot of extra power on servos, winches, that other kind of thing. But you have to be careful if you're running lights. You may be able to fry some lights if you do too high of a voltage. So I'm going to leave it alone for now, but I'm going to note that I may be coming back and soldering a couple of those together later in order to get some extra voltage. Motor is in. ESC is just double-sided taped over here to one of the sliders. plugged into channel 2 as it normally would be, and the motor wires are just connected one for one into the ESC. We will see if this is the correct order or not after we fire it up the first time. Controller's on, so now we're going to plug the battery in and see what happens. Now, this does not have an on-off switch, so as soon as you plug it in, it is live. I am also keeping it up off the table for the first time, just in case it decides to take off on me. We have connection, steering of course still works, so that is good. Now if I give it throttle, oh look at that, alright. So we are spinning in the correct direction, which is good. If you're not, you can just swap 2 of these wires and then it'll reverse the rotation. That is some low speed throttle control right there. Can you see that motor spinning and spinning and spinning and these wheels aren't even barely moving? That is wild. Yeah, it seems like it has plenty of wheel speed though. And full speed, both forward and reverse. There is no such thing as calibrating your ESC to the controller. It automatically senses it, similar to a drone setup. So all you have to do is plug it in with the controller on and in neutral. The next thing we're going to do is try the Wi-Fi module out. Now on the bottom of the Wi-Fi module, next to these 3 pins, it actually says signal plus and minus. So the signal is the white here, plus red minus black, and that way you know that you're plugging it in correctly. Now when we turn it on, ESC still fires up, and we have a light here on the Wi-Fi module. So now over here on my computer, I can actually accept and I can go into the Escape32 Wi-Fi link. As it connects there, it'll open up a window with a whole slew of settings that you can change over here. And now honestly though, I've looked through this and there's not really much that I think I would want to change, but a couple here that I want to point out for you. Very important reversed motor direction. So if you happen to be in a crawler where you need to do that, you can either swap the wires between the ESC and the motor, or you can just come in here and click that button. You can change the motor timing via the ESC. Typically, I never even really mess with that when it comes to crawlers, but it is interesting that you can do that. May give it a little bit more different feel. If you want to reduce some torque down low, increase some RPM, you can up that motor timing number, but you're not going to want to go too wild. It's 16 degrees here. I probably wouldn't go anything past like a 30 degrees for a crawler. As we skip down through here, the only others that I would really look at, acceleration slew rate. That's kind of like when you hit the throttle, what is that angle of power delivery? 25, but I really don't know what the maximum and the minimums are number. They're just numbers. So is that 25%? Can it go up to 100? We don't know. Drag brake amount, mine was at 100, and it was especially for a lower weight crawler like this. 100 was very aggressive. So I just went ahead as a test. I went ahead and knocked it down to 70. Of course, here with throttle mode, you can input a brake before the reverse if you want to, or eliminate reverse. It's really nice that they offer that. You have your throttle set points and a throttle calibration if you want to. That's really nice in case you're having any issues with getting your throttle on your controller to match what you want. You can come in here and click that automatic calibration, or you can change the minimum pulse width here of min, middle, and max. Low voltage cutoff per cell, it's at 35. I believe that means 3.5 volts. So again, you can bump that up if you want to protect your battery a little bit more. And then down here with BEC, it says that you can select different BEC levels, but it won't let me. I believe that's where we saw earlier. These solder jump tabs on the ESC itself is where we're going to have to do that. So I believe for this ESC that is not equipped. But then lastly on here, you have a little LED button. And so you can actually change to dark. I think it's too bright here in my garage to see it. Let me turn some lights off. So I have a blue LED on right there. I can turn the blue off. I can turn a green on. And then I can turn a red LED on. And then when you're done, there's a little save button down here and it'll flash up and say it is done. And at that point, you can close everything down. All right, enough talking about it. Batteries in, truck's fired up. Let's go hit some rocks out around my house and see how the thing does. Now, of course, what we're going to be looking for here is the low speed throttle control. That is it right there. I mean, it is wild, as it typically is with an Outrunner, so they did a good job with that. It does great. It still has plenty of punch. Drag brake feels good so far. Really easy to control with the factory settings. Really happy with this. Ooh, it's got some power. I don't know if you can see that, but my rear differential caught. My rear differential caught on that rock, and the torque of the motor just pulled it. It was like, here we go. We're doing this. Downhill drag brake, nice and controllable. On camera or not. Outrunners always look so cool spinning in a car. But yeah, throttle control is really good. Really easy throttle control. You can see our punch. It's got plenty of wheel speed in there. We're going to then just do some loops here in the grass, full throttle blast, just to see, by the time we get back to the garage, how warm that motor gets. Running 3S. Back on the workbench, ESC motor, literally cool to the touch. That wasn't a workout for them at all. Low speed throttle control, as with many Outrunner setup like that, very, very good. Noise, it seems like a lot of these companies have really started to fix the loud whine that is those, typically with those brushless Outrunner setups. There's a little bit of it, but man, it is nothing. It's not even close. It's a small fraction compared to anything that it used to be with these kind of vehicles. So honestly, so much better than they've ever been before. But then also paired with the ability to have some speed, to have that wheel speed when needed to hop over things and all that. Completely happy with the speed that it would able to provide out of this motor. Speed control, motor, cool to the touch. So that means it's not being worked too hard, especially in this lightweight truck that we have. Now, the other piece of this whole equation is the price itself. When I looked at it at first, ESC plus motor plus the Wi-Fi link, you can actually get a bundle on Amazon for, I think it was $83 all in. You can get all three of the parts and go in. And I was like, ah, man, $83 for a brand that I don't know and trust. Is that really a good deal or not? But then when you really compare this versus like head to head versus the direct competitor, I always think of Holmes Hobbies, right? And I'm going to go look at the Holmes Hobbies and I look at the ESC is more expensive. Crawlmaster Mini V3 is more expensive than this whole package. Even the motor, the 540M snub nose at the same KV is more expensive than this whole package. Now, do you get what you pay for? And is the home setup that much better? I have it in one of my other trucks. So if you want to see that video, let me know down in the comments and we can do a head-to-head budget versus homes, Sequre versus homes, and see who really comes out on top. So let me know if you're interested in that. Leave that down in the comments. So to get the ESC and the motor and the Wi-Fi link for under the price of the competitor's just single part, it's a pretty big deal. If you have any questions about my install or the products or the tuning or anything like that, I did leave them down in the video comments. If you are considering buying this, there'll be a link in the video description where you can get all of these parts directly from Amazon shipped to you. So if you are curious about any further testing, you're going to want to check out my tech help playlist that'll be popping up, and I hope to see you in one of these future videos. Thank you and goodbye.